Hey guys, here. So today we're going to rank the Team Affinity choices out there for you. Which ones are the best ones to go after? Obviously, there are definitely many ways of doing Team Affinities this year. And not really what the video is about. We're going to rank the choices. But there's missions you can do here. Moments. Conquest, March to October. Collections, those are capped this year. And then exchanges are capped. Collections are different live series stuff to get different awards for it. Otherwise, you can do Showdown. So what I'm going to do, I think, because there's not a great database for this, I'm just going to go division by division. We'll start in the NL West, and then we'll just kind of look at the cards, and then I'll place on my handy-dandy list where they are in my rankings. Now, these rankings, I'm kind of going back and forth a lot with them, and I think because I haven't really, played with a ton of them, but I want to, put this guide out there with how, my small sample size this year and then large sample size last year and previous years and how these guys generally play, what I look for, I'm kind of going to go through. So we're just going to start off with Marte here, a switch hitting center fielder that basically plays, all the important positions on the field, second base, shortstop. Middle infielders are very valuable because those are like weaker positions along with catcher. But overall, I do like switch hitters. The problem is righties you'll face like 60-70% of the time, unless, you have a lefty heavy lineup, then people bring in lefty relievers, of course, so that, can change. But starters, relievers generally slanted 60-70% towards the right-handed side. So his weakest side being against the righties is tough. And of course, you always got to factor in the +5 so you can kind of level these guys up to. So you just got to know that their stats max out on +5 from their current stats. So overall, this Marte, I really do like his flexibility. And I like his, defensive prowess there. The arm can play it all across the diamond. You can basically plug him in anywhere. So even though his, contact versus righty, power versus righty isn't the greatest, I just love his ability to kind of be himself and be anything you need him to be. And that's why he's rated 6. So you're going to see other guys. I'm also going to put their team and their division there. You're going to see other guys here that, you'll see, oh, they got better stats. Why would you put Marte so high? It's just, he is an absolute Swiss Army knife, and you got to love that kind of flexibility out of his card. German Marquez, right? I think I said that wrong. Sorry, I'm going to butcher some of the names. I mainly watch Pirates and NL Central stuff, so I'm not as great on names out of division. Because I just feel like baseball's a regional sport, and, obviously the big names are big names. But anyways, Marquez here is a solid starter, hits 97 on the four-seamer, slider, sinker, changeup with a knuckle curve, so amazing kind of a repertoire with the sinker. You'd obviously rather have that four-seam subbed out for a cutter. You can take a look at the attributes. His pitch control, movement, his pitch are kind of flat, though, is kind of what I'm seeing here. Not a ton of, things going on right there with the movement on him. Even though he's got top-end stuff with velocity-wise, you do love to see movement to make people a little bit more, thrown off. So I'm going to put German here. I'm saying that wrong. At number 18 for me. A solid pitcher. Pretty decent. One of the better ones out there. And next, Muncy. There's not a lot of top-end starters right now. I mean, there's a few. Muncy right here. Max is awesome, right? He always has such a nice swing. Whenever you get a contact with it, he absolutely grips it and rips it, and it goes a long way. His fielding's also not bad. Speed is on the lower end of good. He's an infielder, though, and he's very flexible in the infield, first, second, third base, which you love to see. Somebody that can get both corners and second base is amazing because those, are some key positions that you can fill a roster. I love this card. I love the way Max Muncy cards play. Love the way they swing. A very solid left-handed hitter. So for me, I'm going to put Muncy at number 3. Okay? So the highest rank so far. Trent Grisham here. This card, you guys aren't looking at it right now, but now you are. A lefty center fielder that is fast, good fielding reaction. Arm is a little bit underwhelming, I would say, at 74. It could probably throw out a couple guys, but isn't going to laser anybody down. It's not going to be too impressive out there. And his hitting stats aren't anything to write home about. So I really like to only have 3 lefties in my lineup. Would I want to put a lefty spot on Trent Grisham? Not really. Because I want my lefties to do damage out there. Because, like I talked about the righty rule. So Trent Grisham, I'm going to put him because, I do actually like 92 speed. And I think that has value in this game. I am actually going to put him at 20, which is maybe higher than other people would have him. But he's number 20 for me right now. Ustremski, Yaz, right? The little less famous Yaz in Major League history. I know there was some Sox player named that. Was it a red? No, white. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, like Ustremski here. Great. Phenomenal against lefties. He's a reverse split lefty, which is super interesting because I love reverse split righties. Reverse split lefties is rarer to see, and that's gotta have value. How much value? I don't know, because I'd rather just have a righty up there facing a lefty, than a lefty up there. So a lefty protected against lefty, that's kind of nice. That is kind of nice. But overall, I don't love the card. A little slow for the outfield at 63 speed. I think like below 70, I feel like you're a little slow, even in the 70s. I mean, obviously, maybe we're just biased because we want high 90s. We've already looked at guys in the 90s speed in the outfield, like the guy you just looked at. So Ustremski for me, I'm gonna throw him because I do really think that reverse split lefty is something a little nice and has some value. I'm gonna throw him at number 16. All right. Next up, we are gonna go to NL Central. I think this might be one of the weaker ones to do right away. Jason Hayward, I do not like this card one bit. A lefty that just gets neutralized by lefties. No pop that way. Contact ain't great. Not great speed for the outfield, but he's like, I got good arm and decent reaction and stuff. This is an absolutely awful card. I don't even know why. No. I know where I'm putting it. I don't know why I'm putting it last. I got one more guy that got worse than him. I was thinking about changing up and putting him last, but he is going to be 29 for me overall. All right? So, I really don't know what to tell you about this card. Other than, yeah, vision and discipline don't really do a whole lot. Discipline literally doesn't do anything. Vision is so he'll fall off a few balls that you miss. Big whoop. Sometimes fouls go for outs. Castillo's an interesting choice, right? Sinker, four-seam circle change slider. Decent selection. Control's okay. And I think movement is solid on him too. Castillo has been like, he's neutralized me in the past. Has a pretty good stuff, pretty good hit per 9, K per 9, getting in the 80s for both of those. I don't mind him in the circle change 88 to 97. It's not a huge velocity difference, and I love like Pedro Martinez's change to fastball velocity is amazing. The bigger the difference is, the better it is. Like Hoffman's is crazy. But anyways, this card right here, Castillo, I like it but don't love it. And I think starters, it's harder to say, all right, I want a starter because so most of my starters are rated lower than my position guys because they start one every 5 games. And generally, starters are valued lower in this game than I guess straight up guys. I don't know. It's hard. I kind of feel the same way with starters. I kind of ranked them a little bit on the lower end for the game. This ranking. Keston Hiura. Now, I was talking about reverse splits righties. This is like a Mike Trout-esque reverse split righty, right? 91, 114. And when you get the +5s, that's even crazier. Hiura, like, this is neat. To put a righty in line to target righties, and then you just got the 77, 72 against lefties. So it's like not great, but it's not like awful. His speed is slow. He only plays second base, so not a lot of flexibility. Fielding ain't great either. But overall, I kind of like that. I really do find a lot of value out of reverse split righties. And Keston, I kind of want to try him out. I think he is kind of like a really interesting character. I might have him rated him a little bit lower than I should for the way that I'm talking about reverse split righties. But Keston I'm going to put at number 14 right there. Some of that gets, must be the length of the name. Oh, no, I don't know. Yeah, length of the name kind of screws up my formatting a little. Wait, what if we go like tab? Oh, now my NL West is screwed up. Anyways, let's go to the end. So Keston Hiura, really interesting card. Kebron Hayes, this card is awful. 71 speed's okay. But at third base, a righty hitter doesn't really hit for a lot of power in a game that, in my opinion, this game is it's a power-focused game right now. And I think that's the meta right now. Contact's obviously great, too. I've hit, like, home runs with low power guys, but I do think, like, the ball just pops with power guys if you get your PCI anywhere near it this year. It's a little bit more, I would say, forgivable this year for PCI placement than in previous years for outs. And, I don't want them to change anything, right? I think people are just getting better and getting used to the pinpoint accuracy with pitching. But I don't want to patch like they did last year and ruin the game. So, Jack Flaherty right here. Doesn't really have top end stuff, only 94 mile per hour fastball. Slider, knuckle, sinker, change. I love any car with a sinker. Sinker is great. The movement on it's okay. Knuckle curve's got his best movement. But overall, like it's weird because his pitch mix doesn't really have a lot of change in velocity. So it's kind of hard to say, like, people are going to kind of be timing you up on your slider, knuckle curve, changeup. Your off-speed stuff's timed. Your sinker fastball doesn't have a lot of velocity difference. So Flaherty, while he's got a really cool hits per 9 at 96, which I'm definitely going to give him credit for. I do love that 96 hits per 9 because that shrinks the inner part of the PCI. I think Jack Flaherty for me is 25, just because I don't love his pitch selection, and that's why he's a little bit lower for me. So that's the NL Central. The NL East is going to look like this with Dansby Swanson up first. So Swanson, once it loads, he's not a good hitter, right? Not a good hitter. Kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. And I don't want to see this guy in my field. I really don't. I might have him too high on this list. He's flexible. He's a shortstop. And that's it, right? He plays a position of not a lot of competition. So I put him at 23 just for that, for his ability to play shortstop, second and third, cromulently, but I don't know. I might have him a little high, but like the guys that he's going against aren't that great either, right? Keybron Hayes, who's lower than him, Jason Hayward, both weren't great either. Even though Keybron's a defensive stud, defensive third base, I haven't really seen. You know, I've seen Suarez not play well at third base, but I haven't seen Nolan Arenado make any insane plays for me yet, even though I got him at third. Sixto Osancho. Now this is stuff. 98 on the four seam, sinker, change, slider, curve. Good stuff, right? Because when you look at it, 98 movement on the change, 97 on the sinker. His slider, curveball are fringe average right there, and then control on them. Curveball's not bad, but control ain't great, but man, he does have electric stuff. And you do love to see that on the card. So even though his hits per 9 is like lower than Flaherty, I want to see how that's going to play. I really want to see how the ball flies off Sixto Sanchez's, I guess, when they hit it with their bat, how it flies off his hands. But I, for his stuff, am going to rate him number 9 because that's kind of sexy. But I'm waiting to see how 79 plays on that right there. Dominic Smith, a left-handed bat that smacks righties, love it. Also does decent against lefties. He is a left fielder, right fielder, but 38 speed. So, like, you really don't want to have that in the outfield. So, basically, he's a first baseman. 38 speed is going to be tough to hide. I mean, Clemente out there, and my team has 50, and I'm like, oh, man, that's awful. I couldn't deal with Clemente with only 50. So, getting even slower than that, that is tough for an outfielder. But he is a bat-first guy, and I do love bats. It's a solid bench bat, too, right? Like, he will have value for a while on your squad. So 96, 98, of course, if you end up, prestiging him a little bit or paralleling him right here in the parallels, which, has anybody done the parallels yet? All right, 48 people have gotten to 2, but nobody's gotten to 3 yet, huh? So Dominic Smith looking pretty nice for that. So for his bat, but lack of range and really only as a first baseman, which has a ton of competition, I can put him at 17. Definitely great, though, to pick up and put on your squad and try him out with that. Andrew McCutchen, a right-handed hitter with a really glitchy swing is rarer. There's a lot more lefties with glitchy swings than righties, it feels like. Righties with glitchy swings like Trout, McCutchen, Donaldson, a few others that I'm obviously missing. But like lefties, you can go like down for days. So Acuna's got a nice swing from the right side. But like Soto is insane. Bellinger is great. Yelich is great. Like there's just lefties up and down. So McCutchen's got a good right-handed swing. He's actually fairly balanced, more than I thought, more than they've traditionally given him. It's too bad his discipline is super high because that one just doesn't matter, and it's putting his overall up at 88. 64 speed is okay in the outfield, but he's got a noodle for an arm, so you really do want to keep him in left field so he doesn't have to really try too hard, I guess. Right field would not be a great position for him, but, you can always put him there in a jam. So for that, having pretty decent swing, or at least a swing that I like to use, I'm going to put him at 12 in my list, okay? Next up is Corbin. Now, Corbin Dallas, the meat popsicle, doesn't throw very hard. He throws a sinker, a curve, change and a slider. So he does have some stuff with some horizontal movement, which is nice. His per nines 81-80 are okay. A lot like Sixto right there. But like they're flat. 68 movement on his slider. Change up 75. Curveball 56. Now the thing about his curveball, it's 68 miles per hour, so it will actually curve more than this number 56 gives him credit for. But overall, I hate the card. Overall, like if you're in a pinch for a lefty starter, sure, but I hate his stuff. I hate him. This Corbin card is gonna be my worst one. I don't even think it's used. Maybe he shocks the world and becomes usable, but I put him below Hayward. I do not like the Corbin card whatsoever. Last year's Corbin card was pretty decent. Let's go with AL East here. Wrap around. Take a look at these 42 cards. Oh, we're talking for a long time. Sorry I'm talking so long on this video. A switch hitter. Love it. 59 speed. Slow. Don't like that. Arm 68. Not great either. Good reaction. Good fielding, though, so that's nice. So well-balanced switch hitter. There's value there. There's definitely value in Santander. Sorry. I was going to make a Battlefield. What is it, like 1 reference? Where they're always calling for a Santander. Or was that the newest Battlefield? They're always yelling that out. I don't know. It's German. Anyways, next up. It didn't land. It sucked. You guys have missed nothing. Zander. 90s contacts against both sides. Can play second, third, short is his primary. 67 speed. Fielding. Arm. Okay. Fine. But yeah, the high contact. I do love power more than contact this year, so it will play. It is nice. Zander's a very solid card, and that's all I got to say about him. Zander being a solid card. Number 11 for me in Zander. We are getting quite a few shortstops, middle infield, which is nice. Giancarlo. Light tower, power, of course. You know, you +5, and I'm getting over 100 on each of those. Decent speed there, not like, you know, a blazer for the outfield. He does have a little bit of a cannon there at 86. Not the best thing we've seen or will see. But overall, I do like Stanton. 66 contact, 79 against lefties is not bad. The problem is he is tall. His strike zone's big, which does, I feel like, lead to a little bit harder. It's a little harder covering his strike zone with your PCI versus other players. So he's going to be number 8 for me for that reason. I've never loved Stanton cards. I think I've liked them, but not loved them. And then Adams here is a shortstop again, second base, third base as a secondaries. Very high contact versus righties. Reverse split contact there, but power is about equal on both sides. Good speed, great arm at shortstop. So a defensive, I wouldn't say wizard, but offensive, is he stud category? Maybe not. Maybe a level below stud, but still. Really nice shortstop. I do like him. I'm going to put him at number 5 because of his ability to make contact with 80 power and the cannon at arm, where you're going to, like, if you get a ball in the hole, you'll be able to gun somebody down. Beau Bashette, a righty shortstop. You know, very average in the field. Speed 66, fine. Hits better against lefties, which is expected of a righty. Pretty average against righties. So with that, there's nothing really that stands out with this card. Beau Bashette, you know, future superstar potentially. But in this game, at this moment, I don't love the way his card looks. So middle of the pack, we are going to put him at 15. Next up on the docket after the AL East will be the AL Central. We got 2 divisions left. Hold with me, buds. We got Tim Anderson here, a right-handed hitting shortstop, absolutely contacts and hits for a decent amount of power against lefties. Righties, he's kind of worse against. Good speed, solid fielder, a lot like Beau Bashette there in the field. But the 84 speed cannot be underrated. So I am a fan of this Tim Anderson card, and he's one of the better shortstops currently available in-game. And I'm going to put him at number 7 on the list. All right, let's move on to Reyes here. High-end contact against lefties. High-end power against righties. You know what? I don't hate that split stat. I actually really like this Reyes card and his ability to put the wood on the ball and drive it with authority both against righties and lefties. The issue is 47 speed in the outfield really hurts. You know, it's not going to be like game-changingly bad. Like, I've seen people with Nelson Cruz out there. That stuff, that's rough. That's like double, triple. Like, you're just hoping to be able to hit that against you. Gaps and lines wide open. So 47 speed, it's tough. Do you sacrifice outfield defense? I guess you can go. You can play in a bandbox. Like, if you do a creative stadium or if you play in Ship It, you can kind of put a 300-foot fence in right, and then you really don't have a whole big a problem. You can hide them like that by just putting them there. So with that, Reyes is going to be because he's slow. I hate him. I think Reyes. Yeah, I actually put him pretty low. I actually think this is a mistake. I think. Yeah, we are going to put him. It is. Man. I put him here, but I think I may have made. I think this is a mistake. This is one I kind of want to take back because I didn't when I was making this list. I didn't think of modifying your ballpark around Reyes. Shoot. And a lot of people do play in bandboxes too. I think I'm gonna chalk him up to I'm gonna put a star by him. He's getting a star. All right, dude. He is getting a 100% a star for putting your stuff. All right, Nico is up next. Nico is. Oh wait, you guys can't see that. Sorry, let me bring you over. 115 contact versus lefty, bad contact versus righty. Power is okay, but he's a switch hitter, and he plays every position in the field except for catcher. That's awesome. 80 speed is good. Fielding, arm, reaction, all great. So, his bat, though. Do you want to be hitting with this guy? I think you'll be okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind Nico. Okay? Because of his flexibility again. I like guys that are flexible. Maybe I'm putting too much into that, but switch hitters are my kink, man. I love switch hitters. Salvador Perez. This is an argument for one of the top 3 catchers in game. Piazza, that one guy that I forgot how you get him. And this, right? 85, 90 power at catcher with decent fielding attributes. Now he's slow, 24 speed. I can get out with his speed attribute, but man, this ain't bad. I actually really like Perez here. This could be like a guy behind the plate for you for a long time. So even though you didn't see it, I put Salvador Perez at number 2 for me. He's my second favorite one to get out of this. This Salvi card. That's nice. And then you have the +5s that you can get on this card from paralleling him. How many people have paralleled him? Alright, just 28 have gotten up to tier 2. Alright, then Barrios. Right here. This card. His movement on his slurve is going to make or break his card. Right? This slurve is literally everything here. He's a starter with 3 pitches. Fastball, changeup, slurve. And the slurve's got to be your put-away pitch. It's your primary. There's a good distance of speed differential between his slurve and fastball. And changeup slurve's kind of the same, but I don't know. Can you get away with that? That's tough. I'd like to try him out, but man, I'm putting him here at 24. I don't have words. I don't know. A 3-pitch pitcher, slurve, changeup, fastball. And then AL West. All right, so you know we're missing a few. I think you know what's on its way soon. Yordan Alvarez. All right, another big bat, right? This is another one that you're gonna have to basically, you know when I talked about Reyes before about hiding a guy in your outfield to get his bat in the lineup by modifying your park around him. This is another one, Yordan. 42 speed, which is awful. 75 arm, which is okay. Bad reaction, bad fielding. Hide him somewhere. If they had DH and DD, this would be the guy. But they don't have it because the NL doesn't have it still. And they like strategery. But overall, insane. Right? Insane attributes for a card. And because that is that kind of crazy, he is going to be number 4 for me. you want him in your lineup without a doubt. Hide him in the outfield somewhere. It's like, he just does, like, if you're going to go after Team Affinities and you're like, oh, I want a slow outfielder, why get Reyes when Jordan's there? But, you know, Jordan's one of your lefties, and you can't have all lefties. I don't know about Jordan's swing. I don't remember it being that good. David Fletcher, all right, he's got high fielding, high reaction, but he's slow. It's cool he's going to break on a ball. He's not going to make a ton of errors at all through the year, but a contact hitter, I want dudes that are yakking it. It's just weird. It's weird not to have somebody that's fast. I don't like him. I really don't. It's cool. It's really cool that he has good fielding, but how is he going to race down balls with 60 speed? All right, Lazaro. Four-seam change curve sinker. He has nothing going side to side. He doesn't have a cutter or a slider. A horizontal movement is what I'm trying to talk about. But, you know, his break on his changeup and his sinker are great. Curveball feels like it's going to hang a little. A lefty, coming from the left side, has value. His per nines are okay also. I don't know how 79 per nine is going to hold. So for him, I made him number 26. Oops. I'm skeptical about him being glitchy. So I put him down there. Kyle Lewis here. You guys kind of probably can tell where these guys are going. Kyle Lewis, a reverse split righty on contact. Good speed, good fielding. Doesn't really have an arm for the outfield. 66, you're not going to hose anybody unless they're really dumb. But overall, I absolutely love that power from the right side and the fact that he smashes righties too. So Kyle Lewis, great card. I'm maybe underrating this card a little bit. I may need to actually move him up on the list. I think I made a mistake. Kyle Lewis is overlooked. I think I want to actually put him up here. Maybe I put him above Giancarlo. His arm hurt my initial rankings. I might move him from 13 and put him into like number 8. Yeah. I think that's the move. Yeah. And then we'll go 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, that didn't work. That didn't work. 10, 11, 12, 13. Live edits. There you go. All right, so Kyle Lewis. I'm putting him number 8. I reconsidered. Kyle Lewis actually looks really nice. All right, and then number 1 is going to be Joey Gallo. I think Joey Gallo plays, especially in the lower difficulties as we start. As you start in your run-through ranked series, you'll be playing a lot of all-star veteran. Absolute 99 cannon at third base or the outfield is crazy, right? 56 speed isn't insane. It isn't very good. But people will not be taking extra bases on Gallo out there. No matter where you put him. Right field, left field. Best place maybe is third base for you. With his fielding, reaction, arm, accuracy. But man, if you throw him out there in right field, they could get some hits on you with his low speed, but you're going to have a lot of fun getting a lot of dudes out on bases. And then his power, he has light tower power, and if you get the PCI near the ball, it's out of the park. The legend of Gallo continues. Immortal Gallo from 18. Here we are in 21, and he still dominates our life. There it is. Get yourself a Gallo. He's not going to be good at higher difficulty levels. Once you hit a Hall of Fame and legend, Gallo will be sitting on your bench. But an all-star, he is an all-star. That's it for the list. Let me know what you guys disagreed on. I appreciate y'all. Please thumbs up the video if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Let me know what I can improve. Please sub, and I will see you guys tomorrow.